Hello and welcome back to our final edition of Good Stuff News. I'm Billy Bob and my team and I are excited to bring you some good stuff news. We've got Sam the Weatherman, Peggy Sue, Wilma Jean, and special guest Charles Ray standing by to give us the latest. So let's first check in with Peggy Sue, who's got our top news story. Peggy Sue?
Thanks, Billy Bob. We are talking about the end of school and the beginning of summer. Wow, it sure has been an interesting few months. We want to give a huge pat on the back to all the parents out there who have persevered through some challenging months. Way to go, parents. We also want to acknowledge all the kids who have completed their school year. You also have had to endure unprecedented times and you have made it and are now done. Congratulations to you. Back to you, Billy Bob.
Thanks, Peggy Sue, and congratulations to parents and kids for seeing things through during a difficult time in our history. Now on to Wilma Jean and news about summer. Wilma Jean?
Yes, thanks, Billy Bob. Summer is upon us, and it may be a slightly different summer than many kids and families are used to. Make sure you check out our church homepage under the heading Summer for what Seven Oaks kids will be up to for the months of July and August. And also, keep coming back every week for our weekly online kids church. Back to you, Billy Bob.
Thanks, Wilma Jean. I love summer. I've got Charles Ray here with me in the studio to talk a bit about summer and what that can look like for kids. Thanks for coming and joining us today, Charles Ray. Now, Charles Ray, you're an expert on summer fun. I hear from parents that they're worried about what their kids will do this summer with many programs being shut down and seemingly nothing to do. Should parents be worried about this?
No! 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 No!
What do you think about that?
Hey, thanks for having me in the studio, Billy Bob. Really appreciate it. My answer to your question is a definite no. No, not at all. In my expert opinion, parents should not be worried this summer. Let me talk to the kids directly. Kids, this is your chance to experience summer like never before.
Never before. Okay, Charles Ray, you bring up a good point. Kids can experience things like never before. What sorts of suggestions do you have for the kids this summer?
Oh, you bet I have some ideas. I have 4 for you to try this summer. Summer tip number 1. Put those video games away, kids, and play outside like all day. Run through the sprinklers, swim in your kiddie pool, make mud pies, play grounders at the park with the neighbor kids, play roll hockey, soccer, skip rope, do double dutch with your skipping ropes, and have fun all summer long. Summer fun tip number 2. Go for an adventure. Hop on your bike and ride through the trails or scooter or skateboard around the neighborhood. Pretend you are Indiana Jones and you're looking for your lost treasure. Pretend you're Captain America and you're trying to save someone in need. Summer tip number 3. Build a fort. Use sticks, random boards you find in the garage, branches, rocks. Use your imagination that you are defending your fort from the neighboring villages. Summer tip number 4. Play marbles. Back in the day, we would play marbles with all the neighbor kids, and it was a blast. Let me show you what I mean.
So what you do is you use the tip of your finger to project the marble, and you can get back spin, side spin, top spin, and it's just the skill of going in and knocking a few marbles out.
Woo-wee, I love marbles. Good call, Charles Ray.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles Ray, for coming in. Those are great suggestions for summer fun. Charles Ray, everyone, expert in summer. So it's up to you, kids, to try something new. Use your imagination. Get outside as much as possible and have a great summer. That is good stuff. Let's turn to Sam the Weatherman to give us the latest weather report. Sam?
Well, Billy Bob, my Other camera. Thank you, Billy Bob. What? Sorry. Thank you, Billy Bob. Well, last week the weather was very unsettled, and we were hoping for some better days to come. Well, those days have come, and we're experiencing a shift in weather patterns. The sun has decided to shine, and quite frankly, Billy Bob, it's beautiful out. Blue skies, sunny, warm, birds singing, and yep, it's beautiful. A great way to kick off summer. Back to you, Billy Bob.
Thank you, Sam the Weatherman. We're very thankful for the shift in the weather patterns, and let's hope for many more beautiful sunny days to come. That is good stuff. And now on to more news. We've got Peggy Sue standing by with a news report on something to do with chickens. Real live chickens? This should be interesting. Peggy Sue's got the story on this. Peggy Sue.
Thank you, Billy Bob. We are checking in with Farmer Joyce at the Verwood Family Farm. Now, she has some interesting facts about chickens that I think will resonate with many of our viewers watching today. Joyce? Yes, Joyce, what can you tell us about your chickens?
Thank you, Peggy Sue, for coming into our chicken coop and having a look at some of my favorite creatures, chickens. Chickens are amazing, partially because they lay you breakfast every day. In our chicken coop, we only have hens because they are the ones that lay the eggs. The roosters have a great cock-a-doodle-doo, but they don't lay eggs. A hen can start laying eggs when they're 5 to 6 months old, and depending on the type of hen that it is and the breed of chicken that it is, they'll lay an egg every 26 hours. That's a lot of eggs, Peggy Sue. Another fun fact about chickens is that they like to dig holes and give themselves a dust bath. If you can see what this chicken is doing here, she's having a good time rolling in the dirt and using her feet to create a big dust storm and get her feathers clean. Don't try this at home, kids. I don't think your parents will think it's that fun.
Thank you, Farmer Joyce. Some interesting facts indeed. I had no idea chickens like to bathe by playing in the dirt. Now, when we were talking the other day, you mentioned that chickens don't like change. Now, many of our viewers, Farmer Joyce, have been experiencing a lot of change over the last few months and continue to experience change. What is it about chickens and change that you find interesting? And what can we learn from chickens when it comes to change?
Change is hard, and even for the chickens. When we built our new, brighter, fancier, new coop, we moved the chickens in there at night. And the next morning, was there ever a big kerfuffle in the coop? In fact, some of the chickens had flown over the fence to get back to their old coop and laid their eggs there. The ones that stayed, they protested by not laying eggs for a few days. It was quite the kerfuffle. And that's kind of like us humans. Because when change is brought on without us having much control or say, we kind of get in a bit of a fluff and a bit of a kerfuffle. And it's hard sometimes. But over time, we can come to accept that the change is actually not so bad, or we learn to adapt to the change. And that's just how the chickens were, and they love their new big coop now.
Wow, thank you, Farmer Joyce, for sharing your chickens and some important lessons that we can learn from. And remember, kids, no matter what kinds of changes come your way, you are not alone. Joshua 1:9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Back to you, Billy Bob.
Thank you, Peggy Sue, and thanks to Farmer Joyce. That was excellent advice from the beaks of chickens. Well, it's that time in our show where we declare that's all the news for this episode of Good Stuff News. My team and I have enjoyed bringing you news about the good stuff that is going on all around us. We hope that you will continue to be the hands and feet of Jesus wherever you are, kids. And make sure you watch for God all the time, everywhere. He is right there with you.
I'm Sam the Weatherman, and this is Good Stuff News.
I'm Peggy Sue, and this is Good Stuff News.
I'm Wilma Jean, and this is Good Stuff News.
I'm Billy Bob, and this is Good Stuff News. Thanks, Wilma Jean. I have. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. 4 things.
Yeah.
To be exact.
All right, chickens, I've called this meeting because it's time we move out of the coop and into the house. Who's with me? Anybody?
Red light on the front. Sorry, Charles Ray.
Oh, you're kind of interrupting my. Wait.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to do that until there.
Hey!
Hey!
Hey! Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
In the studio, Billy Bob. Really great. Pleasure. My answer.
Okay, let's start that from the top.
What fun. Charles Ray, everyone. Expert in summer. I was trying to find the line.
Okay, let's try it.
You both look smiling.
Thank you, Billy Bob. Well, last week the weather was very unsettling, and we were. Oh, shoot.
It's all right, Sam.
It's really hard to read it.
Stuff news.
Okay, it's recording. Oh, it's recording. Okay, back up. I'm Peggy Sue, and this is Good Stuff News. I'm Peggy Sue, and this is Good Stuff News.
Thanks, Peggy Sue. And congratulations to parents and kids for seeing things through different. This okay. Thanks, Peggy Sue. And congratulations to parents and kids for seeing things through during a difficult time. Thanks, Peggy Sue. And congratulations to parents and kids for seeing things through during a difficult time in our history.